Hi, and welcome to the Zen Supermom podcast. I just recorded for you another inspiring interview podcast episode with Zuzana, one of our Zen Supermom clients. And I loved talking to her because she has so much in common with so many of you. She's an expatriate mom, full-time working, 3 kids, divorced. So you can imagine the amount of pressure and stress. And it already led her to 2 or 3 burnouts in the past. So what did she do? How come she became a happy, calm mom? No matter, even despite anything else changing in her life. How the freak did she do that in just 3 months? Want to know how? Want to hear from her directly? Come with me and meet Zuzana. Hi, Supermom or Superdad. Alena here, your mommy tantrum specialist and the founder of the Zen Supermom system. And me and my team have helped hundreds of moms and dads start setting healthy boundaries with calm. And this is the first parenting podcast that is not about your kids, that shows you why none of the parenting techniques helped you stop yelling at your kids, and how to control your emotions from jumping out so that you can be the safe, loving parent you wish you had growing up. This is the Zen Supermom podcast. Hi, Zuzana.
Hello. Hi,
Hey.
Alena.
I'm very happy to have you on this next podcast episode because I'm so freaking proud of you. I'm so happy. I cannot wait to share your story. Because expatriate mom, divorced with 3 children, already older, not toddlers, trying to look for help in so many different ways. I have here even my notes from your first assessment call, which we did 18th of January. And by the way, today when we are recording, it's 16th of May, and you're already done. And it's been a while. You're already healed. So I just thank you so much for having the courage to come and share.
Oh, thank you for your compliments, Alena. Thank you.
And let's start by you sharing a little bit about what made you want to have the courage and speak up. What made you want to share your story with moms that most likely you will never even meet in your life, with total strangers?
Well, I hope that my story will encourage you to go for it and to see that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, that it is possible to change the way how you see the things, how you deal with them, and then you see how the life around you is changing. And it's including your kids, your partners, people at work. Well, the whole your world is changing, and only because you do something different. So,
Let's
that's my
talk
message
about
to
it.
you.
Yes, let's talk about it. What's different? So let's start at the beginning. How are you feeling when you met me somewhere online? What was the biggest struggle for you?
Well, my biggest struggle was that I have been busy with myself already from 2017, following. First I started. Well, why am I shouting on the kids? So you start to follow all these courses where they learn you how to handle your kids. But it was like, hey, there must be something underneath that, because I it's not working. It was just working for a while, and then you fall to the same traps, or it gets a bit more complicated, where actually that stories actually don't apply. So then I was still looking like, what's wrong with me? What is not really working here? So next to it, I started to do a lot of self-study things, encouraging. Let's say, sorry, my dogs are barking.
That's okay. Yeah, go. Perfectly imperfect. We are not going to edit this. Our sassy, our magical wizard
Okay.
sassy, and
Yes,
not
yes,
going to
yes.
edit this out. This is real life background. Welcome to my dining room. Welcome to
Are you
Zuzana's
back? Are
office.
you back? Are you back?
And she's back.
So,
Yeah. You tried
and
parenting courses, you tried
well,
books.
I tried in parenting courses. I tried book. I tried to be more assertive and let's go. But there was still something like there is something missing, huh? And each of that, let's say, courses, they touch upon a bit of the childhood, and they go back there. And yes, the only thing what I could do at the time, or I had also, let's say, my own therapist. But you go there, you just tell them how bad it was and what your mom did, or what your dad did, or what your brother did, how horrible it was. You have the handkerchiefs on the table, you get a cup of tea, you pay for it. Actually, you feel good about it for about 20 minutes, and then you go home, and then you feel like, yeah, well, and what's next? You know? So it was not moving anywhere. So I was looking for the missing piece, and I'm quite, let's say, how do I learn? It's for me a structure. So I need to know, like, okay, what is there? So I was looking also with that therapist, like, please explain me. Please explain me, how do I exist? What is there? What are the voices or not voices? And this is what I found here. So this was really like, wow, this helped me a lot. And well, then you have these voices, but okay, what to do with them? When are they coming?
What
Uh,
voices did you have specifically? Can you share?
well, you feel bad about yourself. Nice. Okay, well, the easiest, let's say, patch on it, you take a piece of chocolate, huh? Nice, huh? But okay, you feel bad more about yourself. Okay, you feel bad in a certain situation, so you start to observe yourself. But what is underneath that? And this is what I learned here, and that gave me a lot of eye opening, because now I can look at the situation when something is happening. Hey, this is what is happening. This is what is actually going on. This is what is underneath that, and this is what you can do to do it different.
Can we share some example? Usually what's underneath is like it's a trauma time machine, right? So whatever your kids are doing in front of you, it takes you all the way back into childhood. So could you share, just however much in depth you're comfortable with, but can you share a little bit about your childhood? Where was it coming from that you discovered and that you were not only understanding, but you were able to heal it? What was it?
Well, the biggest one that I'm still struggling, because let's say it's a process. So was that I was not allowed to show negative emotion from my mom. And well, first of all, when I started the therapy, then I finally find out that okay, I was not allowed to cry, to be a bad girl. When I was a bad girl, I was sent to my room to fix myself and come back when I'm smiling again, because people don't like the bad girls. So what I learned in a life, just to really be very smart and predict the situation, how do I have to behave that I'm going to be accepted? Well, and this kind of backfired on me very much, because I really positioned myself in a life that I was just becoming an absolutely wonderful pleaser. So whatever people wanted or might have wanted, I was already 2 steps ahead. So I was absolutely wonderful wife for 16 years. I was just accepting everything. My husband was an alcoholic. So there were no boundaries. The world was just perfect. I was just running around like crazy. Then I completely kind of exhausted myself and realized, hey, this is not really okay. And of course, this behavior also had a quite negative impact on the kids. And well, I was absolutely not happy. I had myself, I think, 2 or 3 burnouts, and then it was always like, well, get a bit of on the surface again, and just go and push, and it will be better. And this time I will do more. And if I cook one more cake, then everybody will be happy, and I'm gonna just clean that house a bit more today. So, and these are really not good things to do for yourself.
No, and thank you so much for having courage to talk about it so openly, because this is what I hear from moms who come and want like to talk to me to start working with us. I hear this every single day. So if there's somebody listening now and thinking like, oh my goodness, Zuzana is describing me, like, yes, and thousands of other women, you're absolutely not alone. That's why I'm so happy we are having this open conversation. So you were mentioning this is a work in process, which it absolutely is. What are your wins already, though? Because you're not at the same place where you started in January when we started working together.
Well, my absolute wins at this moment is that I have absolute set up a relationship with my ex with the boundaries. So let's say we are now divorced. We have been divorced for 4 years, and it was struggle. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. Blah 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 blah. And it was
You're
just
like the
really.
victim of his, yeah.
I was a victim, and why he's not doing, why he's not seeing, and he should this, and I really started to have mental issues with my body, and it was like, hey, I need to do something about this. But it was like, okay, what can you do? Well, this helped me to understand. I have a boundaries. This is the way he is. This is all what I can do with it. This is what I can learn from it. That's it. Move on. But it's different now. It's really in me. It's not just being said. And it just is like wonderful. So that's my biggest win. The second win that is ongoing is with my kids. Of course, my oldest kid. I have 3 kids, 8, 11, and almost 13. Well, of course, they have been getting this lovely mommy without any boundaries, willing to do everything, willing to walk extra mile. So it's quite a journey with them to now give them the boundaries, loving boundaries, tell them like, okay, this is it. And of course, there are struggles, there are challenges, there are, let's say, steps forward. And what is slightly changing, I say that it brings a lot of harmony in a home. That they do know now. That they do know that I say twice and then it's done. There is no one more time only, or maybe try again. We just agree this is what it is. And let's say I started to give them much more responsibility, much more accountability for their own things. So I don't know. My guy had a broken bike. I said, "Okay, you have a broken bike. How are you going to the school tomorrow? Let's think about it. Maybe I could do this. Maybe I could walk. Maybe could you fix it for me? Yeah, I can fix it in a 2 days. So for 2 days, you need to think about something else." And he comes himself with a solution, and it's absolutely lovely because sometimes in this automatic mode, like we think we need to take care of everything, we don't even give them a chance to be themselves. And then you are losing completely contact with the kids because then you are managing them. And this is what is happening in my home at this moment, and it's very lovely. And it brings a lot of positive, but of course there are still challenges that because kids are changing, situations are changing. I am always not in a wonderful mood. I am also working full time, taking care of the kids, taking care of the household. So yes, it sometimes goes a bit up, but I
Perfectly
know how to
imperfect.
deal
Yeah.
with it. Yes, yes.
And
So
that's
it's
the
absolutely
difference. You
perfect.
have the tools, you
It's
know how to deal
absolutely
with
the
it. Yeah.
yes, yes. And then what we are going to do now with the kids, and what we started to do is because I have been, let's say, dealing with my emotions in a way that was not really healthy for me, and let's say suppressing my emotions or suppressing, and mostly I kept it like for 2 weeks in a old good times, really like 15 years back, and then just exploded like lava, and then it went down. So I am not exploding anymore. It just goes up, but then I know, hey, something is going on. What do I need? What is going on? And then I can say it. And I'm now starting to talk about my emotions with them. Hey, look, I am now in a rush. It's 5 o'clock. We need to have a dinner done by 6. What can we do? We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. Let's go for this because this is the easiest option. Today we will do it like this. But I am helping them to lead them through the process. uh, what can you do with it? Or if you have a situation that you can't change, how can you accept it? What you can learn from it?
I'm loving that. I'm loving all of these examples. This is such a
So,
beautiful example of how you manage life, really, because you're not in control. Control, absolute control, is a total illusion. It doesn't exist. You can try
no,
to predict, you can try to plan, you can try to kill yourself in the attempt of trying to do it all and predict and manage in advance. It is impossible. What I love hearing from you is how you're really putting in practice what you learned, how you're able to live it moment by moment. And on top, congratulations for being an example, a role model for your children by verbalizing it, by walking them through it with you so that they understand, like, yeah, mommy is feeling stressed out right now, but she's not erupting like a lava from a volcano. She's letting it go up. She's getting us on board. What is it that we can all do so that we can all cool down quicker than before together? So this is fantastic. Congratulations. This is
Yeah,
amazing.
thank you. It's a very nice journey. Let's say if you are still struggling whether I should go for it, please do. I gave myself this course as a gift to my 45 birthday, and I'm not regretting it. So I'm very happy, and I'm like, finally I have the feeling that I have my life in my hands. That I am the one who is just in a charge of everything, who does dare to do it, who goes for it. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. But I learn from it and do it then different. And it's lovely because it just is absolute freedom, peace. Uh, yeah. So if you are still hesitating, please go for it.
And this is not a sales call. It's okay. But you see, like, this excitement. She cannot help it. Zuzana, I'm curious about the burnout story. So how does that continue now? Like, how is it different now? Do you feel like, because nothing outside of you really changed, like you still have a busy life of a full-time working mom of 3 kids who are growing up. So what is different now? Do you feel like you're still at the edge of the burnout, or how do you take yourself out of it? How are you feeling in terms of that now?
Well, all that burnouts that has happened was that I was just expecting that the people will take care of me. And actually, work was quite important part of my life. And because I was successful at the work, it was just giving me the drive. If it was just like, wow, you're wonderful, you get this, like, hey, you did this meeting well. Oh, what a nice presentation you did. And I did the support. So, well, you don't have to go and ask for a really like a glory. Every day you got the happy customer on the line, or you go and visit him and they are happy. So it's really feeding you. But actually, what has happened, and when it stopped, I didn't have anything to live on my own. And so after the second burnout, it was like, okay, what do I need to do just to start to live? Because then burnout is you start to feel really bad about yourself. You go to such a kind of depression. Uh, I was eating a lot, so just to get a bit of sugar to at least just to have that sugar, let's say,
The
energy.
emotions, right? It's like
Yes.
eating the emotional void or whatever is not okay. It makes
I
you
was
feel like,
drinking a lot. I was smoking a lot. You wouldn't say that, but yes, I was. And
thank you for
you
being
just
so open.
take all these things just to feel yourself at least just that glitch of the day, just to at least, oh, no, I feel so fine about myself. But it doesn't work because it's just really like temporary. It's just really a few seconds. You would need to really smoke a lot, as I did. You would need to drink a lot, as I did. You would need to eat a lot, as I did. But let's say in the long run, it's not working. And the burnout came when my work has changed. So all of a sudden, all that glory from the customers was gone because we were changing the systems and it was not required to do the support anymore. So I was like that plant that you stop to put the water. So you just completely just go down. And at some moment I just woke up in the morning and I was like, oh, my neck just got blocked. I need to stay home for 2 weeks. And then it was like, hey, this is the sign that something is not okay. From the neck, I got a really severe headache. And then it just starts, hey, what's going on? So first, of course, you go to the Google, you can have a tumor, you're going to die. All wonderful. Well, yes, I went through these stories. Yes, I did. And nowadays,
And that
I
made
know,
it even
okay,
worse, right?
of course, it did make it even worse because, well, so it took, for myself, it took several years to get where I am today, but it is possible. And today, when I get a headache, then I start to think like, "Hey, what's going on? You didn't do your yoga. Something is worrying. What are you worried about? You didn't sleep maybe too well. Okay, what can you do to sleep tonight better? What do you need? Do you need to go and walk outside? Do you need to do the exercises? Do you need to take care of yourself? What do you need? Huh? So I'm not running to the doctor anymore.
You don't need to, and that's not to say that people don't need doctors, but this is
No,
exactly
no,
how
no,
we
no.
are causing ourselves the trouble and waiting for somebody else to rescue us. Like, be your own hero. Yes, you can.
Exactly.
Yes, you did.
Exactly. Now, and after the burnout, so first I stayed home, then I changed the job. Like, okay, well, that other people, that other department will be just so wonderful. They will solve it all for me. Well, it was a step backwards, but very good because I don't think if I wouldn't get this lesson, I would be able to really be here today as I am. So of course I came to the department when I was just on the operation. So I was used to just to be really myself, walking in the high heels with a jacket and a blouse. Now I was just working with the people who were sitting there with the jeans, with a t-shirt, and they were really working 9 to 5. And I was like, huh? I came in and it was like, hey, Zuzana, is 5 over 9. I said, yes, and yeah, we start at 9. And I really got really like a ball in my neck from this. Like I said, well, then I'm gonna stay 5 minutes later. No, 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 we don't work like this here. You are expected to be here at 9. So all my freedom, what I had before, was completely shrinked. So I was coming to the office with a really stomach like this. So uh, from the constipation, eating too much, no, well, name it all, it was not nice for me. So it was like, okay, what do I need to do? Where will I change? And then I came to the point, okay, I know what do I need to do, but of course the fear, will I be able to handle it? Can I go for it? If I don't, what then? Blah, 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 blah. And then it's so disruptive because you have this plan and all these things just takes you down again. And it's just a pity. So you can maybe think, okay, let me then go here, not immediately here. You can think about how you can approach your plan.
So,
And
how are you feeling
that
now?
was
Let's
working
skip.
for
Yeah.
me. How am I feeling now? Well, yeah, absolutely wonderful. I have a full-time job, 3 kids, being divorced. So, well, it's all on you, and well, it's all in your responsibility. And if you make the mess out of your day, you need to solve it. If you don't make a mess out of your day, you have a different day. But it's your choice. You are a
And you
boss
have
of
the
it,
power.
so you can just blame yourself, nobody else.
So fantastic, Susanna. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for talking openly about so many things that I bet are
You're
resonating with
welcome.
so many other moms and women in general. What would be your last words of wisdom that you wish somebody gave you back then when you were still struggling?
Listen to me. Just listen. Listen and empathy. Yes, it sucks. Don't give me any books. Don't give me any links. Don't give me this. Just listen. That's the biggest gift that you can give to other people. Listen and tell them, yes, it sucks. It's not nice. It's now not okay. You can still change it, but don't give too much advice. It's just listen to the people. Feel with them and let them come. And you can invite them, but they have to come on their own. That would help me the best.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for your precious time. I appreciate it
You're
being
welcome.
here and helping all the other women. And I cannot wait to hear from you later on how it's all even getting better, perfectly imperfect, and what your next challenges are. Take very good care, Susanna. Bye,
Oh,
Supermoms.
thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.